With Fox reportedly breathing down the WWE's neck about SmackDown's sinking ratings, it appears that Vince McMahon is going to use his usual playbook of dirty tricks to try and sabotage All Elite Wrestling. Join us now as WrestleLamia looks at how Fox is reportedly upset with the WWE and the dirty trick the WWE is being accused of pulling on AEW's Fight for the Fallen charity event. Do we officially now have AEW versus WWE? Let's head into the first story, a furious Fox. As you probably know, the WWE landed a big money deal with Fox to air SmackDown on the broadcast network. However, months before the WWE's debut on Fox, its new home network is already expressing concern about the SmackDown's ever shaky ratings and the WWE's overall problems selling tickets. Brad Shepard recently tweeted, "According to a source in WWE, certain folks at Fox are not impressed with this week's numbers, WWE Stomping Grounds included, and are meeting this weekend with Vince, Triple H, Stephanie, and a couple of producers to address any concerns and any changes." What the meeting will involve and how it may impact the WWE's pending debut has many people talking already. Brad Shepard provided some details on what might be the focus of the conversation, noting, "According to a high-level source in WWE, the company's strategy going into Fox isn't just about which WWE show will be the A show between SmackDown and Raw, but it's about WWE presenting themselves as the A pro wrestling sports entertainment company, as AEW airs on TNT. While we don't know all the details of WWE's new contract with Fox, it's believed the WWE has to meet a certain ratings threshold as a requirement of the deal. It's unknown whether Fox could cancel the deal or be allowed to pay less than their current contract states should the ratings go down. Either action by Fox could be devastating for the WWE and undoubtedly damage the value of its stock, which has already taken a serious hit earlier this year. According to the news site The Wrap, Fox is keeping SmackDown as a 2-hour show, as at one point there were rumors that Fox was interested in expanding SmackDown to a 3-hour show, but Fox's SmackDown Live will debut on Friday, October 4th at 8/7 PM on Fox. The 2-hour series runs until 10 o'clock, which is when Fox's national primetime programming ends. The rest of the Big Four broadcast networks, CBS, NBC and ABC, have 3-hour primetime windows that run until 11 PM Eastern Time. Fox announced its fall schedule and SmackDown will debut on Fox on 4th October 2019. The deal with Fox is extremely lucrative for the WWE, consider the WWE's past SmackDown deal. NBC Universal had rights to SmackDown since 2010. At the time, the company is reported to have paid about $30 million for the franchise. The show began airing that year on Sci-Fi, with corporate sibling USA heavily promoting it. As multiple sites such as Forbes have reported, SmackDown's deal to air Friday nights on Fox is a monumental 5-year, $1 billion deal that will see WWE make $205 million per year. This is quite an increase from the WWE's past deals, and naturally, both parties want to meet their respective ends of the bargain. There is no word on what the meeting between Fox executives and WWE officials will involve, so at this point, anything is mere speculation. It could be possible Fox will attempt to renegotiate the terms of its contract with the WWE, requesting a lower price. It could be that Fox will simply remind the WWE of its obligations to meet a certain ratings level and strongly suggest it find a way to improve things before the show's 4th October 2019 debut. These suggestions might be something similar to the USA Network's recommendations for a 24/7 championship, or something entirely different. Vince McMahon is known for being set in his ways, but when it comes to a $1 billion deal, he's likely to make an exception. Whatever happens, we'll keep you updated on the goings-on. But are the WWE using dirty tricks against AEW, or is it just a coincidence? With All Elite Wrestling set to premiere on TNT this fall and the promotion's 2 consecutive sellouts for its pay-per-views, as opposed to the WWE's atrocious ticket sales for both its pay-per-view Stomping Grounds and the Raw the night after, Vince McMahon no doubt has cause for concern. AEW proved that they're not a small-time operation, and although its success isn't guaranteed, it has the backing of billionaire tycoon Shahid Khan. With Fox executives no doubt stressing out Vince McMahon and company, it should come as no surprise that McMahon is looking to do everything possible to hurt AEW's momentum, apparently even if it means opposing a charity show being run by AEW. The charity show in question is AEW's Fight for the Fallen, a live event scheduled for 13th July 2019 in Jacksonville, Florida. The card includes a bout between Kenny Omega and Shima, as well as a tag match between the Young Bucks and the brother team of Cody and Dustin Rhodes. According to an AEW press conference, a large portion of the gate will go toward benefiting victims of gun violence. An announcement by the WWE today is being seen by some as a move to sabotage the charity event. Today it was revealed that Evolve's 10th anniversary celebration will air live on the WWE Network at 8 PM Eastern Time on Saturday, July 13th. The show is taking place at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and is in celebration of 10 years of Evolve/Dragon Gate USA. NXT champion Adam Cole will defend his title against Akira Tozawa at the anniversary event. Matt Riddle is set to face Drew Gulak, and Evolve champion Austin Theory, Evolve tag team champions Eddie Kingston and Joe Gacy, and NXT's Arturo Rua and Baba Tunde are also advertised. With the event airing on the WWE Network the same night as Fight for the Fallen, some see this as a contemporary example of the WWE's past practice of sabotaging competitors' paid events with free shows. At the same time, it might just be seen as a coincidence that both events are being held the same night. We'll look at the possibility of sabotage in a moment, but first let's hear what a prominent figure in AEW had to say, as Kenny Omega fires back. According to comicbook.com, AEW wrestler and one of the company's executive vice presidents posted a tweet saying, "If lining your pockets with blood money is okay, then what's wrong with trying to undermine a charity show for victims of gun violence? I hear that healthy competition is supposed to be a good thing, and yet I can't help but feel like I'm gonna be sick." Comicbook.com also noted Omega deleted it 30 minutes after posting it. He followed up with the following tweet saying, "I've said my piece and I've opened the door to a very toxic environment. It wasn't a message to the fans or the boys, just the decision makers. I wish everyone wrestling on any show that day all the best. That's all." Of course, Omega was undoubtedly attacking the WWE's deal with Saudi Arabia, or as Fightful.com's Jerry Lambert believed, Omega is not so subtly jabbing at WWE for running events in Saudi Arabia, where human and women's rights are suppressed. WWE is paid a hefty sum by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who was linked to the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. WWE has a 10-year agreement with Salman and his Saudi vision for 2030. Is this an example of how the WWE is trying to sabotage a competitor's event? Let's look briefly at some of the WWE's past tactics in sabotaging its competition's events to put things into perspective. During the 1980s, Vince McMahon went to great lengths to compete against his territorial rivals, luring rival promotions' top talent away and, by some accounts, asking them to walk out on their bosses rather than giving the customary notice. However, later during McMahon's national expansion, it was said that he went to great lengths to sandbag his wrestling rivals, chief among them Jim Crockett Promotions. One of the best known incidents happened in 1987 when Crockett aired its flagship pay-per-view Starrcade. Earlier that year, the WWS WrestleMania 3 had made millions of dollars, and pay-per-view providers took notice of this new cash cow. McMahon was aware that the WWF was now in the catbird seat, and he told pay-per-view companies that he had a new show he wanted them to carry. Said show was the Survivor Series, which just happened to air on Thanksgiving the same night as Starrcade. The pay-per-view company executives likely started counting all the money they'd make from 2 wrestling pay-per-views, but Vinnie Mac wasn't looking to help Jim Crockett Promotions. Instead, he told the pay-per-view companies that anyone who aired Starrcade would miss out on airing WrestleMania 4. Knowing who made them the most money, many pay-per-view companies aligned themselves with the WWE, effectively killing 1987 Starrcade as it aired on a limited number of outlets. But it's safe to say Jim Crockett didn't help matters either, as Starrcade was a poorly booked show. McMahon's hijinks continued in 1988 when Crockett aired a new pay-per-view, the Bunkhouse Stampede, hoping to make up for its losses with the previous year's Starrcade. In typical McMahon fashion, he negotiated a deal with the USA Network to air a cable special, which ultimately aired the same night as the Bunkhouse Stampede. That event became the Royal Rumble, and as we know, it's been going on for the last 3 decades, while the Bunkhouse Stampede is a footnote in wrestling history. If you want to know more details about this, check out our Behind the Titantron episode on the story of the Royal Rumble. Jim Crockett Promotions was sold to Ted Turner in 1988, becoming WCW. Vince's penchant for sticking it to his competition is nothing new, but is the WWE running Evolve's anniversary show the same night on the subscription-based WWE network as a case of underhanded tactics? While Fight for the Fallen is a charity event, it can be argued that the tickets have been sold and the WWE's broadcast won't hurt ticket sales. Furthermore, the Evolve special is being aired on a streaming service fans have to pay for, as opposed to it airing for free. On the other hand, consider that AEW event is also being streamed for free on Bleacher Report Live. The free broadcast will likely include some sort of mention of how fans watching the event can contribute to the charity for victims of gun violence. If so, that may be why some see this as WWE clearly undermining a charity event. But there you have it guys, the WWE's latest ratings debacle with SmackDown and Vince McMahon's supposed shady shenanigans towards AEW. Do you think Fox will try to pull out of its SmackDown deal or renegotiate the contract? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.